Denise DiMaglio for AlertSite. We're at the Shop.org annual summit, where we just left a panel about the execution of mobile websites by luxury retailers. I'm with Mickey Alam Khan right now. He is the editor-in-chief of Mobile Marketer as well as Mobile Commerce Daily, and he actually just moderated this afternoon's session. So welcome, Mickey. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Denise. Very kind of you. Really happy to be here.
Great, thanks. Basically, based on your own experiences and based on what we heard this afternoon, can you tell us what do retailers need to be aware of and thinking about as they begin executing and planning their mobile strategies?
Well, it's very important for retailers to remember that their consumers are shopping across devices. So it's not just a computer anymore. Consumers are browsing their browsers on mobile phones, on the iPad, and retailers need to know that they've got to have a uniform presence across all platforms and a uniform customer experience. So mobile shouldn't be treated as a luxury, it is a necessity now. And I think that's what we tried to stress in the panel that you sat through.
And what components do you think are the most crucial to success of these channels?
Well, you have to understand, why would someone want to shop through a PC versus a mobile phone versus a tablet? So it's always the mindset, it's always the use case. And I would say that when you're shopping through a PC, you have more time. It's a more leisurely shopping experience. On mobile, obviously, you have the constraints of the screen size, which means that people shopping on mobile are very determined and specific in what they want. So again, if you're a retailer, you need to keep that in mind. Which products do I need to push on a smaller screen versus the bigger screen? And keep in mind that someone who's shopping on a mobile phone needs search results to pull up very quickly, needs a store location super quick, needs to see an image, click on an image, and you need to blow it up. So you've got to keep these things in mind and understand that shoppers today expect 24/7 access to your brand. And I think with the combination of the store, the combination of the PC and now mobile, I think you've got a pretty much, and of course the catalog, you've got a 360-degree shopping experience.
Now, you bring up a good point about the responsiveness of these sites. We've seen a lot of research lately that consumers aren't willing to wait more than, say, 3 seconds for a website to load on, a standard, on their desktop, on their laptop. How do you think the expectations of mobile shoppers will differ from those who shop on the standard websites in terms of responsiveness, in terms of site performance, availability, those type of things?
Well, you're absolutely right. The one thing we've noticed over the years is that e-commerce has become a victim of its own success. And my fear is that today's consumer is extremely impatient. And, just look at, your own devices. If you're in a hotel, obviously, because of all these walls and, the extreme congestion of networks here, sites pull up slowly. It's not the retailer's fault. But the expectation is that the minute I click the address in the browser, the site should pull up within seconds. I think consumers will have to adapt a bit with mobile because you don't have absolute broadband speeds on mobile. But on e-commerce, on regular PC websites, by golly, you've got to be super quick. You've got to have T1 equivalent speeds there. So I think with the iPad and with the BlackBerries and the iPhones and Nokias out there, I think they're working on juicing up their speeds there. But again, it'll take a couple of years before your mobile sites can really function on the same speed as regular websites.
Do you see most retailers using mobile as a sales tool, as an advertising tool, marketing? How do you think the trend is going to flow?
Well, right now, retailers have two options. One, either use mobile as a traffic driver to retail stores. The other is to use mobile as a channel unto itself and to complete the transaction on the device itself. So what we are seeing is retailers are first developing mobile websites that are either just information only or have transactional capability. So, they're testing the waters. So I think that's the number one thing we're seeing. Number two, we are also seeing a lot of retailers push their store locator function on these mobile sites. And so obviously they want to drive traffic in store so that, if you're in a new city and you're looking to purchase something or you've got time to kill, you can always enter a zip code or whatever. So that's another thing. The other option, which I think a lot of retailers should pursue, is basically using SMS to drive traffic in store. Victoria's Secret is well known for basically asking you to sign up for for text alerts. If you go to their store, they've got this whole database building effort there. And then every week or every other week, they send you text alerts to say that, hey, we've got new merchandise coming to the store, we've got a new promotion, or we've got that fashion show, click on the link and you see the catwalk. So, you've got, right now what we are seeing is, it's mobile commerce first, and then as retailers are more confident about the database marketing aspects of mobile, they're trying to build the database and drive traffic in store.
That's a really interesting example. I actually wasn't aware of the Victoria's Secret example. Any other things, any really interesting uses of mobile that you're seeing from retailers?
Well, the other trend I notice is with barcodes. I think a lot of retailers are using, Microsoft tags and other 2D barcodes and QR codes to basically help the consumer get access to information or videos right on the spot. And I think that's going to become ubiquitous across a lot of retail advertising in magazines and online and in newspapers. The other trend we are seeing with retailers is basically developing apps. Especially retailers who feel that there's an entertainment component to the shopping experience, and they want to build loyalty, because I think applications are a fantastic loyalty builder. If you've got an app on your phone from a particular brand, it shows that you have an affinity to that brand. And I think companies like, say, Gap and all these other guys, they want to make sure that their app is on your phone, and you have very little resistance to basically accessing their mobile presence on your phone. So I think apps, barcodes, and who knows, down the road you might have more recognition software, location-based stuff. But right now I think that these are the two other things the retailer's looking at.
All right, well, great. Thank you so much for taking some time to speak with us. Again, we just got out of a panel about the execution of mobile websites among luxury brands, and we're with Mickey Alam Khan. He was the moderator for that event, And we appreciate you taking some time to speak with us. Thanks so much, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Great. Thank you.